The pain faded faster than the joy. The sting of that failure, of that hardship, the sting of that very bad insult and very bad encounter lost its grip on you, while the good memories stayed. They stayed and shone bright. This is one of the few biases that you can count to be a blessing, a gift. Understanding and applying this bias could change how you face every difficulty in your life and every negative issue in your life. This bias is called fading affects bias. This is bias number 59 in our 225 plus bias series. My name is Dr. Cussons, Africa's premium high performance thinking and strategic execution expert. Now, fading affect bias is the tendency for the emotional intensity attached to a negative memory or negative pain to fade faster than the emotion attached to the positive memories. In other words, you had a positive and a negative at the same time, even in the same issue. The negative faded faster, the memory of the positive stayed and shone brighter. The first of both will remain, but the feeling, the emotional charge drains more quickly from the painful memories than from the pleasant memories. You remember your joy with more fervency, with more fervor than you remember the pains associated with it when it happened, even though they may have happened at the same time. So this is so powerful and one of the mind's quiet mechanism for healing. In fact, I used to tell my friends and my audience that I have what I call auto delete, because if you do me something wrong, I know that holding it back is killing me softly, so I tend to delete and forget it. In fact, if you ask me what bad you did to me, I may not remember. Now, the point is, I suffered so much bad that keeping them, I never had room for them. So I better delete them so I can have more space for better things. So this mind mechanism for healing, for resilience, this mind mechanism for courage will help you to try again. An example is when you look at mothers, most of them, when you see what they passed through, during childbirth, they're not supposed to go back for another child, or another birth. But you see them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My own mother had 7. So the point is, the memory of the pain fades away, and the joy of the result makes the memory insignificant. This happened in businesses and happened in relationships. So in business, you see an entrepreneur who suffers a humiliating business failure. In the moment, it feels unbearable and he thought he couldn't continue. Everybody looking at him. But months later, you see, the emotional sting has faded far more than the memory of the lessons he learned and the eventual recovery. And you see him go back again. This precisely is what allows entrepreneurs to take the next risk after having failed in one venture. The pain that would have paralyzed him or her has softened, given way, and the lesson becomes so big that it becomes an outcome. The wisdom remains and fights the pain. So without fading effect bias, no one would ever start a second business after a painful first failure. Same with relationship. No one will remarry. No one will have another boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or husband. So after conflict and reconciliation, lots of couples forget the emotional weight of past arguments, and you see them embracing the warmth of resolution. This is how love survives, and this is how difficulty fades away. The relationship is not held hostage by the full emotional intensity of every past wound, every quarrel that you guys had. Now, this bias is mostly a gift, we have said it, but it has two edges to manage. One, you know, trust the Fed when facing risk, okay? Now, when fear of failure paralyzes you, remember that the pain of failure fades faster than you will ever predict. So what happens? You will recover emotionally more than you imagine. This truth will fuel your courage and make you know that whatever I'm passing through here will not endure, will not perdure. It helps you to go through it and then come out unscathed. But you see, you need to also be careful. Number two, don't let the Fed erase the necessary lessons you should have learned. For instance, if you had something with somebody and the person hurt you so much, and out of love or auto deletes, you forget and all those, don't you forgive, don't forget, or you just let it slide. Don't go deep into the thing in such a way that it will hurt you the second time. So sometimes painful emotions fade so completely we forget genuine warnings, genuine lessons that we would have learned, and then we'll return to the harmful patterns or to the harmful people. Now, you need to keep the lessons even as the sting fades away, as the pain fades away. Always remember the lessons. Now, your pain has an expiry date. Your joy does not have an expiry date. So whatever you are passing through, know that it will come to pass. One of the four most important words in life and in the scriptures. Now, this is mercy built into your mind so that a lot of things can come and pass. Take the risk. Try again. Don't sit down there conquered and thinking you can do anything else. The worst of the hurt will fade faster than your fear. So the growth will remain. But if you, because of the hurt, forget the fruit that will be the outcome, you will not try. Time heals the feeling. Keep the lesson. Release the sting. Try again. I want you to share this with someone too afraid of pain that will fade faster than they think, that they are not trying anymore. They're not giving chance to love, to relationships, to business ideas, to whatever anymore. The question, when was the last time you fed the mind that makes the money? See you tomorrow.